Hey guys, cheers for tuning in. So this is a little bit of a different setup. So this is going to be an unboxing video of some this is going to be an unboxing video of the MantisPod 2.0. If this will focus on and not be overexposed. There we go. Right, I just received this today. I'll quickly go over why I got this and why the feature set of this type of tripod vlog thing is suitable for me. So quick thing, so I do have a few things which have problems and things I don't like. I do have the Manfrotto, I think this is called the Pixie. Put a Arca Swiss plate on there. It's functional, it works fine for light things. The camera I actually use here, which is my Fujifilm X-S10, paired with a Sigma 16mm 1.4. When I put it on here, and if it's anything from the center point up slightly below, it will creep by itself. So, not great. Well, it's good, but it kind of doesn't work. Also, do that holding it like this when I don't actually vlog with this camera, walk about like this anymore. Too heavy, too cumbersome. I now use a GoPro for that. I will be using a GoPro for this anyway, but I wanted something that could function for both photography and videos, for either from using this for that and also mounting a GoPro too, which I'll try demonstrate. Now, I mentioned photography there, so yes, I do have a tripod. I do have this, which is a slim tripod. Actually quite nice for what it is. It's, whether I'll do a review of it, I don't know. It works for what it is. It's very light, so kind of worrisome, but for the photography I'm intending to do, I don't think it'll be a problem. But I hate taking tripods with me to destinations, because this is one of the slimmest tripods I could find affordable. It's still a bit big for what I want it to be, and I hate having camera stuff on show. So when I'm actually taking whatever bag I have, typically speaking, any bag that's sub 35 litres-ish and below, these don't fit very well on the inside of the bag, but they're usually attachment points externally for these, and I hate having these on show because a lot of people tend to buy bags and they don't want it to look like a camera bag. They want to be like stealth mode, as it were. But you put that on a side pocket, then everyone knows you've got a camera bag. Why else would you be carrying a tripod? Not a crap looking tripod, but a decent looking tripod. So I still want to be able to sit down a camera if I'm at destinations, either taking videos or doing my photography for something that requires a long shutter speed, or I just want to be more comfortable. I needed something versatile-ish. So let's get on to this. So again, this is of the MantisPod 2.0, not the 1.0. And I've got this in a colour white because I quite like the look of it. Just making sure it's not too blown out in terms of the exposure. I don't have autofocus on, so it's manual only. Trying to make sure it's not too overexposed because it will be blown out because it's in white. So let's make a start. Let's see how we open this. It's sealed at the top, so there's a plastic tab here. Can I do it by hand before I break out a knife? Yes. One of the reasons why I wanted this, and I'll try to go over, is I wanted a low profile, small. I don't want huge things to carry with me. Well, I wasn't planning on returning it anyway. Rip the box. Classy way of unboxing. But I wanted something that could support this camera, and the other reviews I've seen when they've actually mounted a camera to this, it was able to actually support full frame cameras with the lenses. So this is a quick start guide. We'll try get into it. There is a sticker. Now I've seen this sticker on another unboxing, actually on the unit itself. They put it on here. Neat little card. This is the tripod head. Now this is quite, I need to try and make sure I don't move this too much because it'll just be out of focus. I need to keep it here. The thing with the Manfrotto PGYTech is that it doesn't use a clamping method. It uses more like a grip that you let go. This has a bit where you crank down on the knob to actually clamp that down. So I'm hoping there's no creep to this. And it has an interesting, like, to mount the bit to this. I'm going to have to find an example, but it's a quick release plate, but it's Arcus compatible. And it has a double locking feature here, so that's to unlock, so you can actually take it in and out. I do like this. I mean, this bit's metal. It is plastic, but it feels like a very thick plastic. So if you're using plastic, it's fine. It brings the weight down, but it also, and the price down. This was significantly cheaper than the magnesium alloy 1.0 version, which I can't justify that kind of price for what it is. Just go with me on this one, but this is so far good feeling plastic. It doesn't feel off. It doesn't feel creaky. So we'll see how it goes, but so far this feels great. The metal on this doesn't feel like you could bend the metal on here, but that's the ball. I'll put it all together when I get the chance. This is the quick release plate, which I will be using this quick release plate. There's a feature on here, and I wish I could show that clearly on camera, but it's going to be really hard to do so. But from what I've read, when you screw this down, the rotation on the camera itself, and the camera point to here, it won't undo it. It will stay locked, which is great because though I haven't had that issue yet, if I'm honest, but it's good to know there's some security to this. But also the reason why I'm moving to a plate like this over to what I'm using on my Fujifilm, which is technically an L plate, which covers the whole base of the bottom of the camera, it just adds weight. I do have a new lens for my Fujifilm, which is a zoom lens, and it's heavier than what I'm using now. So this fits in with this tripod, which is that I want to take smaller and lighter items, because when I pack in my bag, one thing I find really strange with a lot of what's in my camera bag, which is, I'm going to make one of those videos actually, is people fill their camera bag to the brim of so much gear, and I'm like, okay, what else can you fit in there? Can you put your jacket in there? Can you put snacks and food in there? Not really. And they all drive to their locations, but I don't have that luxury. So what I take is what I have to carry and put away. So let's get this out, see what it looks and how it feels like. What's this? Sticker and a Allen wrench, 2 of them. This will be useful actually. There's a reason why this one's going to be useful. I've got loads of these. But we'll put that aside. And we'll just make all of this a bit more tidy for me. Stick it in there. Advertise for free. So this is what you get. So let's look at this first. So if you've ever seen these MantisPods, one of the standout features is that they've got a cold shoe mount here, which is rotatable, I think, if once you've undeployed it. Let's do that now. That was very stiff. That was really stiff to take out. And I heard this only comes one way. So you actually have to undo one side first before you can do the other. That'll take some learning. That'll take a lot of learning, actually. So the model I got is the one that doesn't come with the remote. And the reason why I didn't get the remote is I only have one device where that's compatible, and that's my GoPro. My Fujifilm is not compatible with that remote, at least their website says it doesn't. But let's just check the general build quality to this. Solid plastic. It's not solid, there's some hollowness to this, but it's not very thin plastic that I can feel for, because if I have to hold it, you're going to have to be, this is how you hold it in vlog mode. The 1.0 has another feature where you can actually utilize it in one additional way this can do, but I've seen videos to that. I would never use that method. I just wouldn't. But this feels fine. This doesn't feel like it'll fail on me. And if you do hear any creaks, I'm actually trying to crush it with my grip strength, and I know I've got decent grip strength, but that's not messing up. So that's fine. I believe this is a button which allows you to maneuver this. Yes. I know this thing can rotate, or is it just because you need leverage on the cold shoe mount to get that working? We'll see. Ah, there we go. So there's a button here that allows you to do that down further, so you can bring it lower and way more stable. One of the things I want to do out in the field with the photography is I want to do time lapses, and this will be really nice for that, to have that stable. It's quite big actually, the space required, but it'd be really nice to have that, to have it low down. So that's really good. So let's try put all of this together. So good thing I've screwed that. I think my next concern will be this doesn't be undone, but we'll get to that issue if we get there. So I don't intend, as you can see, you can use your own ball head, but I personally don't intend to use a different ball head with this. I'm going to be using it with what it comes with. So tightening this down to make sure it doesn't come undone in any other way is good for me. So setting up now, so it's not a done thing, and I don't want to make sure I'm warping it either. That looks fine to me. So this allows me to, yep, this is very stiff. Even when I'm undone, it's very stiff. So there's fixed points it would want to move to, but it's good enough. So that's good. I think this is because of this plate, I think it's a good way to demonstrate how this works. So one thing that's different, oh, that does work the way I saw it. This is not an adjustable arc of Swiss plate, it's a fixed width. So not all Arca Swiss plates will be compatible with this. However, virtually all the things that have an Arca Swiss that I have look about the same widths, close enough to. But what you just saw there and what I noticed was you can just press it down and it locks in. That's good. I like that. I really like that. So when I'm using it, I can just press it down, and there you go. Holds it down well enough. I'll be happy with that. I think there might be options where it will slide. Yes, I can get it to slide, but there is a bit here which will stop that from happening, so I think I just shaved off some plastic there. Right, let's not do that. That will still hold for where I need it to. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. The quicker release is there, because I'm just using the ball head. And yeah, press that down, this lever here, and it will undo it. So that's fine with me. And this basically, yeah, so this switch basically, without requiring too much distance, once you've engaged the thing, there, you can't really press that down. With this, you can. Quite easily, it's quite a short distance throw. So with this, with the ball head, you can go 90 degrees on one side, and it will be like a proper 90 degrees on that, as long as you're on a flat surface. And you can spin it around. There's no guessing the verticalness to it, so that's fine with me. So God, that really 14 minutes. The thing I don't like about it so far, I'll do a kind of like a video review on this. I haven't showed you the main bit to this, but I just want to go over while I can see it. I don't like how this is positioned. I wish it was a little bit lower, the knob here, because you can't really get your finger under this, but that is what it is. The thing that makes this tripod special, and there's only one other tripod that I can do this, and that's the 1.0 version of this, is this hook that allows you to put it on something, and allows you to put it on like some sort of, I don't know what you want to call it, like a fence, something stable enough that you can actually put this to and use it like vertical surface. This bit is made out of metal, but it is connected to plastic. Metal on plastic isn't the best thing, because if the plastic isn't good enough, the metal will win on anything with torque on it. So yes, we'll see how well that holds up. This is more for my GoPro when I'm doing videos, when I'm actually having to use that, or in a pinch for my photos, though I would be using photos handheld as much as I can, thanks to having a camera with IBIS, and one of my zoom lenses actually having stability built in, image stability built in, optical stability, you want to call it? Yes. But this is more for my GoPro, when I want to show myself taking photos, well, I'll be able to record myself. So I want something to give me an opportunity to do that without using a full-size tripod. So hopefully this fulfills that for me. out in the field. And once I've used it, I'll make a further video on it to talk about it. But man, I'm sure these will feel looser over time as the more I use it. I'm not asking it to be flung out, I'm just saying I just want it undone. But yeah, that's the unboxing of the the PGYTech MantisPod 2.0 in white, not black. Too many things are black. But hopefully in a future video I'll show this in action. Until next time, guys. See ya.